and we live now. Jeremy Lee in the building and every guest that you ever needed. Sports cards after hours, keep the hobby heated. Updates, hobby talk like you never seen it. Sports cards live and none could ever beat it. Sports cards is a lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Welcome to another episode of Sports Cards Live with your host, Jeremy Lee.
Whoa, we got a full screen of floating heads here. Look at all of you crazy characters. This is fun. I'm excited to be doing this for the first time. Hobby Hangout. We've got 5 of my esteemed fellow hobbyists, collectors, and friends. It's much different when you've got 6 people on the screen than my usual 1 or maybe 2. But guys, welcome to this first go at Hobby Hangout. We're going to do a bit of a Cardboard Bazaar. We got some cards that we're going to each show. We're going to talk about some topics. To everybody who's tuned in right now, guys, welcome. And please bear with us as we are sort of experimenting with this new format for a show here on Sports Cards Live. And I reached out to 5 people that I enjoy in the hobby and invited them on. And I must say that I've had a lot of people reach out and say, hey, I'd like to do one of these too. And I think the list is almost 10 people already. So if anyone out there would like to join one of these episodes in the future, the next one will be August the 5th. And because I'm gone out, I'm traveling for the next 2 weeks to New York City, Atlantic City. And so for that matter, after this weekend, there's no Sports Cards Live or Collectible Live really until early August. So who do we have here? We've got 5 of you. You're all on mute. Look at you guys all putting yourselves on mute. That's perfect. We got some topics to talk about. We've got some cards to show. I've got a box of SP Authentic Golf that I'm going to be cracking. I see we've got, there's Mitch. Mitch is one of the guys who said he'd come on. So Mitch, you're in the queue, definitely in the queue. Glad that you like the idea. If you're watching on Facebook, again, don't know who you are. It's better if you watch on YouTube. If you can go to youtube.com/sportscardslive and watch on there instead of Facebook, if you're willing to, I appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm going to refer to you as anonymous Facebook user, but great to have you as well. I like you're all on mute. That's awesome. Let's go through the panelists one at a time really quick. Just say hello, Amit. We'll start with you. Everyone is in here in the order that they showed up in the back room tonight. So, Amit, welcome to the Hobby Hangout.
Hey, thanks for having me. I haven't been on YouTube, as some people probably have noticed, my show for quite some time. So this is my breaking back into the Hobby Live circuit. So thanks, Jeremy, for doing this. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hanging out with all these crafty folks here. And feel free to pass it on to the next person.
Right on. Next up, we have Leslie Snipes. And so everybody knows everyone's Instagram handle is on the ticker right now. So if you want to reach out to any of these guys, if when we get to the bazaar, if you see a card that you're interested in, you can reach out to them on Instagram. We're not going to be wheeling and dealing live on the show tonight. More or less, reach out to them on Instagram. And if you don't have Instagram and you see something you like, just put it in the chat and we'll get you an email address or something else, something like that, even a Facebook account name. And you can reach out to these guys directly if you are so inclined. We'll see how that goes. It's, you've got a marketplace, you've got retail, you've got all these different places. I went on Google and I looked up the synonyms for market, and right there was bazaar. I said, no one's using bazaar in the hobby yet. Let's use bazaar. So that's where we came from. Les, how are you tonight, my guy?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me back. I'm glad to be back. I made sure I got my technical issues sorted out this time well in advance. I had a guy reach out to me. He said, "Guy's got $1 million collection and he can't afford high-speed internet." So,
time to up your game. Well, good job. This is way better. You are coming through loud and clear. Thanks for coming on. You're the most recent guest of another show on the channel to show up. So good to have you. Let's move along to we got Ralph, also known as Stammer in the house. Wrap around cards. Ralph, what's going on, my guy?
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. It's a pleasure. I've been on this a few times, and I'm just glad to hang out with this panel of great gents and with the viewers as well. We thank you for watching Sports Cards Live.
Thanks, bud. Hey, I appreciate the plug right there. That's awesome. We got my guy Joe Perot from Santa Cruz. He's been on with me maybe more than anybody else. I think between the various episodes of After Hours that he's come on, perhaps Sports Cards Live a couple times. Joe, welcome back.
Thanks, Jeremy. Hey, everybody. Great to be here. Looking forward to a little hobby talk, a little show and tell, and super stoked to be with you all on a Friday night, mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, well, actually, let's get to Sam, and then I'll tell you why Friday night. Next up, Sam Genova. Sam is somebody who I don't think you've ever been on the channel before, but I met you because of the show, and at the virtual Sport Card Expo, Sam came and hung out with me for a few hours during the virtual, and we became buddies and set up together at the expo back in November, and just a all-around good dude in the hobby that I want to make sure people are aware of. So Sam, welcome to the Hobby Hangout.
Wow, I must say that is quite the intro. I appreciate that. Guy. So it's, you know what, for myself, a lot's going on my daily life with work, and, you know, I'm doing this big renovation. So I'm really looking forward to tonight to kind of escape all that madness and hang out, because it's been obviously it's an honor to be on the first inaugural show. So that's something very special. And I look forward to hanging out with was it 5 other legends here. So let's get rolling, man.
Yeah, right on. So the reason why I'm doing this show tonight on July the 15th, Friday, July 15th, is today's actually a big day in my life. Today was my last day at my job. I am now, after today, I am officially unemployed. So I thought, you know what, I need to celebrate that. And it is a celebration, even though it sounds like, I might be unemployed, but, I've got a few things going on. And obviously, I've managed to monetize this channel with the Collectible Live, with the PWCC shows. So I'm not, me and my family, we're not going hungry, but I am unemployed after today, and I wanted to enjoy that day with some people. So yeah, we're here on Friday night right now, and the second episode of Hobby Hangout will be Friday, August the 5th, and after that, there's no plan. I'm not saying it's going to stick on Fridays. It may not. We'll see. It's just going to come down to the schedule. Let's say a quick hello. We got Mike from Eastridge. What's going on, buddy? Jeff Hart is here. Good to see you. Justin Vick. Appreciate that, Justin. My guy Gerald is in the house. I'll be seeing you at the National soon, Gerald. I can't wait. Triple V in the house, and Facebook user. Again, don't know who you are. Guys, let me say this, though. If you're on Facebook, you can go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, hit that big blue button, and it'll tell us who you are. I'd greatly appreciate that. Steve Elmore, what's going on? And thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. Yeah, I updated my LinkedIn today, and I basically said, looking for opportunities in the world of sports cards and content. That's kind of what I want to do now. I enjoy it so much, and I want to put my passion, my skills, my efforts into sports cards. So with that out of the way, guys, I have some topics to talk about. I've got a box of SP Authentic Golf to open. We've got cards to show. We all have some cards that we want to be offering to the public. And again, if you see a card you like, just reach out to these guys on Instagram. We got Rich coming in the house right there. What's going on with you? What do you guys want to talk about? I got a few topics. Does anybody have I know you aren't expecting this, but does anyone have a topic, a hobby topic, top of mind that you want to talk about? I'll give you 5 seconds for someone to speak up. If not, we'll go to one of mine. Amit, please.
What's the sudden rush of people quitting their jobs to go into sports cards ventures? You and then Hannah from can't remember her handle. She's now over at Golden, I believe.
Hannah,
she quit Google. Yeah.
I was not aware of that. That's good to see. I know that Adam Gray has the Real 27 guy has gone to join PWCC on a full-time basis. With me, very quickly, it's not really cardboard related, but my company was acquired last July, and my job, I'm basically the victim of synergies and business combinations. My role got, I guess I got downsized, you could say, and I've known it was coming since the beginning of the year, but I just sort of had to deal with my company that I'd stick on. I transitioned my work up to a different office, my whole department's work, and that's done now, and here we are. Something that's come up hobby related, thanks for that, Amit. Something that's come up hobby related recently this is a big topic, and I know it's kind of been beaten to death, but I want to get some of your guys' opinions. Is the Michael Jordan rookie, PSA announces that they're going to be grading his 84 star number 101 card. And it's a great card. It's known as an XRC as far as Beckett magazine goes. Beckett is kind of attributed with coming up with the definition of rookie card, right? Massively distributed out of a pack, licensed, all these things. More than 99 copies, at least 99 copies printed. And it seems like that definition has become muddied over the past several years as the card companies have gotten more creative with their checklists and all that. So Nat Turner goes on Twitter and he puts out a tweet that says, "Happy to announce we are now grading the Star 101, which he goes on to say is Michael Jordan's true rookie card." And I mean, I think there's people that are on one side or the other, and I don't want to necessarily get into which it is. I think there's good arguments for both. Gerald says the true MJ is the Star, and I mean, a lot of people are gonna agree with Gerald on that. Personally, I believe it's the 86th Fleer, but that doesn't matter what I think personally. That said, I love the Star 101. I think it's extremely important and even more desirable than the 86 Fleer because it's rarer, it's tougher to get. It's just a much more elusive card. So I want to know if any of you guys are willing and able to opine on your thoughts of really just your thoughts on the status of a rookie card overall. Has the definition become a little foggy? Should the hobby be sticking to and applying the definition that Beckett came out with several years ago, or should we be evolving the definition, and should that Star 101 become a rookie card versus an XRC? Go ahead, Amit.
Go ahead, Stammer.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so like regarding that aspect, I think it all comes down to the collector themselves. Like that Star card would be that one where an individual just looking for that one specific card and not that whole set per se. As for the 86, 87, right? Such a gorgeous set, right? So a lot of people would love to acquire that complete set. So they would deem that to be his rookie because it looks good all around instead of just having just that one card whatsoever. That's kind of like saying like let's say like the Crosby first year Crosby rookie year, right? They have the gold parallels, right? That are numbered out of their jersey numbers, right? So you think about it, like 87, let's say like the Ovechkin, right? There's only 8 of them, right? So the amount of sets that you can complete is let's say 8. Right, I don't know who the lowest number is of that specific year, but we don't deem that to be the true rookie.
Right,
You kind of get what I mean?
Yeah, it's a parallel, and parallels traditionally are not considered rookie cards. And I want to know how many of you guys agree with this comment I'm about to make, which is that the importance of the RC designation isn't as important as it used to be. The RY designation, rookie year card, which includes all parallels and inserts, to me is as exciting. I'm as excited to add a rookie year card as I am an RC. And oftentimes the RCs aren't nearly as beautiful and creative as the other rookie year cards. So who thinks that the rookie year card is underappreciated by the hobby? Or do you think that the rookie card needs to be as important as it's always been and continue to be? Anyone have any comments? Amit, you were going to jump in before, and your hand up to agree, or you want to say something?
Yeah, no, I totally agree that I think the rookie year card, because it's really at the end of the day, it's all in the eye of the collector, right? I mean, a rookie card is spread out through multiple sets, so I think the year is for me as a collector. I don't look at one, like I'm not a young gun collector, which I know that like people love, like that's what their go-to is. Like I could care less, but I love to have multiple different rookie year cards of specific players. Like I go for that all day over one specific young gun or a future watch, which is considered the rookie card of today's standards, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Amit, let's hear from you.
So I'm going to go in a different route here. The reason I like the rookie cards and the rookie years as a seller, it's more avenues to sell. So once a rookie card becomes hot and is unaffordable, let's say for person X or Y, they're going to naturally go to the next one. So for me, someone like, I'll use hockey. I know I'm a hockey guy, so apologies for those of you who are not hockey guys. But on EPAC and OPG Platinum, for example, there's many parallels to the rookie year, right? You got the Seismic Gold, you've got the Emerald Surge. So I love it for that perspective. So go ahead, pick. You want to make XRC, Extended Rookie, whatever you want to name it. I don't mind it. Collecting wise, I like getting the shorter printed parallels, in my opinion, for the rookie year. That's just my opinion.
Joe or Les, either of you have any thoughts on this piece? If either of you unmute, please go ahead.
I'm excited that PSA has made the decision to grade star cards. As someone who's sort of collected star cards or been aware of star cards since the early 90s, I kind of recall this conversation for, I guess, decades now. I don't think it's important necessarily to change the nomenclature. I'm fine with XRC and RC, and I love both cards. I'm curious to see how PSA handles the other star versions, and I don't have the deep pockets to be able to afford the 101, but I do have other Jordans in the star arsenal, if you will, and I'm those are prized cards for me because one, I've had them for quite some time, and two, they do take me back to sort of a nostalgic time. I think the photograph, obviously, of the 86-87 Fleer Jordan is far more iconic with Jordan flying through the air. The 101 is maybe not as majestic, but nonetheless, I feel like what the star offers in terms of just anyone that was aware of the star card back then, there's something, I don't know, a little refreshing about not an iconic, but something maybe authentic, if you will. And I know that we could talk about pack pulled. If you've been around the hobby long enough, or in the early 90s, late 80s, you've probably seen the bags that they've come in. They're still around. Some of them are, graded and whatnot, but it was just a different form of dissemination. And so if we're going to hold that against a particular issue, I don't think it's the card's fault that it came, it was released in the way it was. And so it still excites me. And I think it's good for the hobby that PSA has finally acknowledged that we can grade these cards effectively, because I know there's a lot of paranoia about fakes and different release times where there may have been extended runs post the actual 1984 release. But nonetheless, I think there are people knowledgeable enough with the release to make it safe for us to collect these cards. And that's all I really care about, is collecting the cards.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. There's something authentic about it because it is an earlier issue. It is licensed. It's an earlier issue of MJ. It's an earlier image of him, I believe. So that's pretty cool. And a friend of mine made a great point in favor of the Star 101 card that I had never really thought of before, because the argument that was put to him was, well, what about all these other regionally issued cards of players that no one's really aware of? That would, like, maybe there's an earlier Ken Griffey Jr. card. There's an earlier Wayne Gretzky card, but what his retort was to that, which really caught my eye, and I'm talking about Frankie 3500. What he ended up saying was, but nobody else was making basketball cards at the time. Those are the only basketball cards that were issued during those years. So it's not like there's another set made by Fleer that didn't have MJ in it. Or a fully licensed, more traditional card distribution company. So that really caught my eye. That was for me something that I'd never considered before, and makes me kind of think about my position, my personal position, that I don't project out onto the hobby or anybody else. Again, that I believe the 86 Fleer is the true RC, but I definitely understand people's positions on the other side. So yeah, let's have a look at some, unless Les, you haven't spoken on this topic. Do you have any thoughts on it? I know you're not so much a rookie card guy, but I'm still curious on your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll pardon my ignorance, but I don't even know what the Star Jordan looks like, to be honest. But, you know, with that being said, I don't think it's really going to change much. I mean, guys who are dropping $250K for a Jordan PSA 10, I mean, are those cards all of a sudden going to drop in value because they're not the true rookie card anymore? Like, and you bring up the Gretzky card, like if they say that Indianapolis Racers is his new rookie card, I mean, are guys going to go out in droves and drop 100K for him? Probably not. And then the more modern stuff, like I know a lot of collectors, some of the multi-sport guys, let's take the 15-16 McDavid year, for example. They're calling the scripted swatches and the honorable numbers, you know, auto rookie patches, which I don't necessarily agree with. I still think it's his, you know, 99. That's the main one. I mean, the other ones are cool, but do I consider them rookies? Not really.
I think you're right. I don't consider them rookie cards. I consider them rookie year cards. And I consider rookie year cards to be almost, if not as important as a rookie card. And that's a new thing for me in the last, I don't know, I've been talking about that and sharing that thought in my head for at least a year now. So, but I appreciate those thoughts. Definitely. Let's go to some comments we have in the chat. Lots there. Thanks everybody for joining. Jordan says the Mantle 51 versus the 52. To me, that's cut and dry. The 51 Bowman is the rookie card. The 52 Topps is the first Topps card. You can't have a rookie in a set if that company wasn't making baseball cards in that year, but another company was. But again, it doesn't take away the importance of the 52 Topps. I actually consider the 52 Topps Mantle to be the most iconic card in the whole hobby. I have my top four. I had to think about this recently. I've got Mickey Mantle, Honus Wagner, T206, 86 Fleer Jordan, and 79 O-Pee-Chee Gretzky. To me, those are the four most iconic card in the hobby. But we have to then understand what the word iconic means. It doesn't mean important. It doesn't mean most valuable. It means the card that represents the hobby the most. What is the most recognizable in the mainstream? And I believe those four are. My thoughts. Anyone feel differently or have any card that you would add to that list of four? Maybe you have an idea that what might be the fifth. I mean, hey, I got one for you if I may, unless someone unmutes and wants to say it, but I think I know what might be number 5. Should I say it? Amit?
Go for it. Now you go first.
89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr.
I knew you were going to say that.
You should have said it. You should have guessed.
No, that's pretty good. It's pretty good because it's an iconic card in many ways, many different ways. Yes, I agree.
Well, it's one of those cards that if you grew up and you were in the hobby during the junk wax era, like 88 to 94, you coveted that card. Doesn't matter where you lived, what sport you collected, that card, the first card ever in the very first set Upper Deck ever released. To me, that's pretty important. It's their number one card in their very first set. I mean, sure, there were promos that came out before that, but that's a pretty cool card. Joe, you're in Santa Cruz. What is your opinion on that? On Ken Griffey Jr.'s 89 Upper Deck being like among the most iconic cards in the whole hobby?
Well, before I answer that, I wanted to just acknowledge what Les said about how some people may have some sort of misgivings about something being presented as the new rookie card or being ushered into the preeminent spot of a player issue. And I have heard that subsequent to Nat Turner's, releasing this information. And I think that's an important thing. That's an important consideration in the hobby. Simply because PSA is deciding to grade something does not necessarily mean that we are elevating Star over Fleer, or people the market gets to decide what's going to represent that. And I think there's been a few people that have been taken a little bit aback by this news being released, maybe because they're fans of the 86, 87. So in any case, that I just think that's important to acknowledge how market and sort of the monetization element of the hobby and people, having holdings, how that's going to have an effect on what they're seeing and how they're responding to this news. As far as the 89 Griffey, I know that was the card people were trying to get out of the packs, 89 Upper Deck. I mean, it was a perfect formula. Card number 1, issue number 1. I'm all for, I guess I'm not as knowledgeable as I thought. Is there a few 88, 87? Is there like Bellevue or Tacoma, some kind of minor league issue? I really don't know. What I do know is that I finally got an 89 Upper Deck Griffey, just because I had to have it in my collection. It's not a particularly, I think it's actually like an 8 or something. It presents nicely for an 8, but it is really nice to have that in your collection just to pull out from time to time and, kind of take a walk down memory lane. And it's a beautiful and iconic card.
Exactly. It's one of those cards like the Gretzky rookie, like the Jordan Fleer, maybe the Mike Trout Topps update, the Kobe rookie, the 96 Topps Chrome. These are cards that they're not scarce by any means. They're not rare by any means. You can find 100 different copies on eBay any day of the week, COMC, PWCC, wherever you want. You'll find copies of these cards. But like you said, Joe, there's still something about having one because it's nostalgic and really nostalgic. Amit, we're going to go to you, then we're going to go to some comments.
Yeah, so really quickly, that card in the graded form is one of the first cards I noticed just before the pandemic that was booming. So that was the one I remember. Like just before the boom, I'm like, that's the card that caught my attention. So it's interesting that not only is iconic from a card perspective, it was iconic for probably at the time when the hobby grew leaps and bounds. So that's a point to take.
Yeah, good point. All right, let's go to some comments. Jim says the 86 Fleer is the rookie. Star 101 is XRC. Been like that for a long time. And we can't argue that it's been like that for a long time. But, and listen, I'm in the 86 Fleer camp, but I'm also in the willing to evolve and take in new information and maybe that's the camp I'm also in. So just because it's been like that for a long time doesn't mean it has to stay like that. Another point is that when the definition of rookie card was first defined by the fine folks at Beckett, there was no internet. There was no ability to really find things and widely distribute them. Nowadays, I mean, outside of the real distribution channels from manufacturer to distributor and so forth. What I'm getting at is nowadays with the Star 101, like who cares that it wasn't widely distributed? You can find one anytime you want, pretty much. Just go on any online marketplace. It's so much easier now to disseminate cards around the world via the internet that maybe the current definition is a little bit antiquated. I'll let you guys think about that while we go through a few more comments here. Jim says, and this I completely agree with, because PSA starts grading Star doesn't mean it's a rookie card. No, it doesn't. And Nat Turner's tweet it's really meaningless just because he's just one opinion. Anyone on here can say an opinion. It's as valid as his opinion is. It doesn't matter that you are extremely wealthy or own collectors and PSA. That doesn't put you in the position to tell the hobby what a rookie card is and isn't. Justin Vick says rookie year is growing on me. I think that makes sense. Mike at Eastridge agrees the rookie year is important and people are missing out on great cards, only looking for a true rookie card. Yeah, there's so many awesome cards out there that people are just overlooking. Skeppy wants to know if Steve Taft is involved with PSA. I've heard that he is now, but that's rumor. That's totally hearsay. I can't back it up with anything concrete. Gerald learned this year that there are 3 Star cards considered the rookies, the 101 being the top dog, the 195 gold medalist, and the 288 rookie of the year. Now, this contradicts one of the other reasons I've heard for the 84 Star being the rookie, which is that, well, the first card to come out is the rookie card. Anything after that is not a rookie card. Well, so then what is the rookie card? Is it the 101? If it is, then the 195 and 288 are after that in the set, so they can't be the rookie card. So if people arguing that Star has the rookie card, but they also think that the first card has to be the rookie card of a player ever produced, I see a bit of a contradiction there. It's not a complete contradiction, but I definitely see a contradiction there. I like this. Justin Vick is putting together a Clyde Drexler binder as we speak and doesn't have any Star cards. Bink Scott, hard to believe people are just discovering the Star cards, but I understand that they are, because if you're newer to the hobby, if you didn't collect basketball, yeah, you're probably just discovering them now. Matt Chang says this is on the all-time. So we're switching now back to the all-time kind of most iconic card. And he says the 51 Parker Gordie Howe could be. I don't think so, Matt. And I'll tell you why. It's just not a card that many people love the aesthetics of. And I almost think the 54 Topps Gordie Howe is more iconic than the 51 Parkers. But that's another discussion. Let's stop there. Let's go to the panel. Who's got something to say about any of this?
I will. I've been talking quite a bit, so I don't want to take all the air. But what I like about this conversation is almost like, why is there air, and what sound does a tree make when it falls in the forest? Right. I love it because it keeps people talking, and it doesn't ever go away. There's no answer to it. Right. So if anything, it's a great conversation starter in the hobby. Right. So, and it happens in every show when you're talking about cards in your display cases. Inevitably, well, I don't know, that's not really his rookie. Oh, there we go again. It's going to start the conversation. So I appreciate that it doesn't die. It keeps it fresh. And I love the fact that new people are coming into the hobby, and I try to push or think outside of the cardboard box of what is a rookie card. But I hope that keeps pushing it. So I have no issue with any of it, and I think all the opinions are great.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't really care what the hobby says. I don't care what any specific person in the hobby says about this, the Jordan issue. I'm more interested in the fact that Star 101 is an important card. Mm-hmm. It's a unique card. It's scarce. It's tough to find in good condition. They're mostly off-centered. It's just a wonderful card. So, I mean, who cares if it has the rookie year, the RC designation? Because who's in charge of the RC designation? Nobody. Owners of the card are in charge of it. Correct. That's it. There's no regulation on this. So
the other thing I'd throw in, Jer, is even the notion that the rookie card is the card we should all be desiring deserves at least a little pause. And as a vintage collector, that's often what we were left with, is the rookie card. But occasionally there might be a card with 2 or 3 other athletes on it, or something that maybe is a little less aesthetically pleasing to us, and we may prefer a second or third year card, even in the vintage times, that presents more nicely at a very high grade. So you get the scarcity. As we move into the modern world, I think more and more, inserts, parallels have come to be more important at times than just simply a rookie card, right? So when I came back, I've come and gone from the hobby at various moments. And when I came back more recently, maybe in the 2015 time, I resisted the idea that I needed to just go out and get a basic rookie card. That made no sense to me when there was so much cool stuff coming out with patches, autos, really amazing inserts. And I was going back into the 90s and discovering some of the Jordan inserts. So I get a little resistant to the idea that because I'm a collector, I need to have the rookie card. And I know that part of your collecting, DNA, Jeremy, is to get the rookie card, but oftentimes that's really vintage stuff that we're talking about. And I know you branch out into others. So I just think that's part of the conversation as well.
Yeah, completely agree. Totally agree. Amit, you're off mute. Oh, go ahead, Ralph.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, as you guys were stating, it's kind of like a different categories between the two. Like, as you're saying, for vintage, you only have select few that you would actually deem a rookie card, let's just say, right? Versus two different years. As per now, there's so much product of that specific year, so many rookie cards coming out. So it all comes down to us as the collectors itself to see what we enjoy to collect and what we would invest our money into, right? So it pretty much gives us all an opportunity to have a rookie card of some sort, but it just comes down to what level do we want to be on getting that specific edition, right?
Yeah, agree.
What's interesting about the rookie designation, we're talking about in the context of sports, right? So I actually collect a lot of non-sports. So the 1990, I think, Impel Marvel cards, they actually put rookie on some of those cards, like Ghost Rider rookies. You can see how important it was to designate something as a rookie to make it credible and authentic, right? Now, on the converse side, and Jeremy, I haven't talked to you in a while about this, but you collected music cards. So there's a Dutch Gum series, like where's the rookie card fall on all this? And the debate on that side is probably way more intense than it is on the sports side, right? But it's a smaller audience. So, sorry, you were going to show something, Jeremy?
Well, I just got a recent music card. This just came in this week, and if I can maybe, I don't know, I'm gonna have to play with this for a second. Let's see if I can make myself bigger for a moment. I don't know how to do this. I'm not good at. There we go. So this just came in the mail this week. It's a 1972 Panini Pink Floyd. I don't know if it's a rookie card. I don't even care. I just love the card. I think it's so cool. And it's a Panini, which is awesome, from 1972. Happens to be my birth year. I just think it's awesome. Like, that's just wicked. So anyway, you mentioned music cards, Amit, so I had to show my music card.
No, that was really good. And then the other one to mention regarding rookie, again, is also is in soccer or football. Sorry, is the whole the name's escaping me. Star Crack or something, Mega Crack. I can't remember.
Mega Crack. Yeah.
Right. There's a whole debate there, right? Where it's a true rookie card, like the Cristiano Ronaldo, I believe, is in Mega Cracks versus I believe the product that Upper Deck put out, the Manchester United set. Is that the true rookie? So there's a conversation there too. So it doesn't just stick to the sports that everyone thinks it sticks to. Non-sport, rock and roll. But let the debate rage. Let's keep it going.
Agree. I'm all for that. A couple more comments here. Bink says, does anyone know why they thought it was necessary to designate a rookie card if the player had already been in the league for years? And the reason is to answer Bink's question, is just go look at the definition of rookie card in Beckett's magazine, and that'll explain it to you pretty clearly. Peep says, can't get into Star. I was there. No packs, random distribution, just not credible. I mean, that's a fair opinion. I think it's a fair opinion. And he raises some reasons why they don't fit into the typical rookie card definition. Mervin, welcome to the show, says, would love to see how many people will gamble and crack their Beckett slab out for PSA, because Beckett's been grading Star for a while. PSA's only started. And I imagine they've only started recently because they've somehow done a deal with Steve Taft, who is known as the expert in Star cards. I think he worked for them for Star back in the day. Oh, okay. So he's the go-to guy in terms of determining if a card is authentic or not from Star. Let's see what else we got here from you guys. Jeff Hart, it'll be interesting to see how difficult PSA grades them. Crossovers with a minimum grade could become a challenge, definitely. And Mitch says, I feel like Star cards are as credible as cards that came in Cracker Jacks or cigarette boxes. And those are some darn credible cards, right? So there's art. You can go all day. Let's stop with this because it's, I think we've had a great discussion, but I think that for me, the ultimate takeaway is just decide for yourself and don't worry what everybody else thinks. Really, the Star card is awesome. And the cool, pictures him grabbing a rebound. All of his cards are him going in for a dunk or, just taking a shot, whatever it is. He's never on the defense, and that's kind of one of the cool things about the card itself. All right, guys. So another topic I want to talk about, and I'm going to start opening this, and then we'll get into showing some cards that we all have available for sale. But this next one, if we could just have a show of hands, who here uses COMC to buy and or sell cards? 4 of the 6 of us. All right. So Les and Joe, you may not have as much to add, but you might have some question sort of thing about this. And the reason why I'm asking the question, bringing it up, is because I recently in Edmonton submitted a ton of cards to COMC, and I've had great success with it. I've sold hundreds of cards and built up my store credit, and I'm finding now that my inventory that I have that I can have available for sale I always have too much. I got to get on the airplane to go to shows. I can't pack it all. There's too much stuff. And I'm always trying to find ways to, minimize what I need to carry with me. And so one of the ways was after Edmonton, I realized just give stuff to COMC. They will sell it for me. And, for stuff that is of COMC style, some things, big cards, I usually give to PWCC to sell in their vault. Smaller stuff goes to COMC. And I went through all my stuff a couple nights ago, and I ended up with 2 boxes. Well, 2 groups. Each group is in 2 boxes. 2 boxes are going to COMC, and other 2 boxes are my show inventory. And those are where I'm going to show some cards from tonight. But it was a painful exercise to make these decisions. What card goes to COMC? What card sticks with me and might come to a trader night, come to the national, be in my showcases at Expo? And I guess the reason I'm asking is, like, how do some of you guys decide how to, for those of you that don't only have PC, Les, I know you're pretty heavy PC. You don't have a lot of extra cards that are traders or for sale. Joe, you've got a mix. Amit, you've got ton for sale. Ralph, you've always got traders. Sam, you've got a lot of stuff that you've had that you had at our booth at Expo back in November, and again without me in June. But how do you guys decide what cards first of all you want to keep for yourself versus sell, and then how do you decide how you want to sell them? Do you want to send them to a consignment service, or do you want to keep them on your person so that you can take them to card shows? Does anybody want to kick us off with that sort of a topic? Les.
So yeah, just out of curiosity, how is COMC better or different than eBay? Why COMC instead of eBay?
Yeah, well, for me, it's simply because COMC does all the work. I do none of the work. I give them my card, I price it once they process it, and then I step away. And I don't ship it. I don't have to worry about eBay issues with it. They did a great service for me. And the other really nice thing is that you can very easily have your card that is on COMC moved on to eBay, either as a buy it now or at auction. And COMC's got, almost 1 million feedback. They're well known and respected in the hobby. Their shipping times have really gotten better over the last year. And so to me, it's just, and their rates are very good. So to me, for cards in that like 15 to, 500, and that's high, but 15 to say 200 more for most people, to me, they're a great service. Anything over that to me would be a PWCC type of card.
And what's their cut, Jeremy?
So to list a card on eBay, when you submit it to them, you have to use their elite service, which costs $2. And then they charge you get all the proceeds from the auction minus $3.50 up to 100. And then over 100, it starts to go up a little bit, by the whatever that rate is. I don't even know. But if you sell a card, I had a couple cards sell for $15 and I paid $2 to submit it, $3.50 to list it, or $3.50 commission. So, $5.50 on 15 doesn't sound great, but let me tell you, these are cards that don't have room in my suitcase to a card show, and I'm not going to sell them any other way. So I'm happy to get something out of them and put that money back into something else later. Amit, you've got a ton of COMC experience. What do you think?
Typically, I segregate my cards, so I only use COMC at shows. So I don't use too many other services like Jeremy was mentioning, PWCC and whatnot. So I segregated to my display cases are cards that would be more commonly asked for, or goats per se, right? I'll bring those with me. So less is more for me in that regard. Everything else goes to COMC unless it's not worth sending. The sweet spot for me is $15 to $200. Those are the cards you send to COMC, or at least I will send to COMC. And the advantage is they do all of the work, and they're at all the shows. All I got to do is bring it to them, and they take care of the rest, right? Everything is self-contained in the site itself. You want to pay your fees there, your listings there. Everything's done and is a one-stop shop. The only thing that would make it a little bit better if they can get their grading submission services back. But other than that, they're phenomenal. So mine's fairly straightforward from that perspective. The other part of the question you asked me about PC, my PC really is like the poor man's Jeremy's version of the cards. I go after the other rookie cards and stuff like that. So I look after those goats. But my the rest of it is COMC and the rest of it is shows. So I'll stop there. I'll let someone else chime in. Ralph, you want to go?
Yeah, I would say, COMC is great too. Like, even if you're like when you're selling and then the fees go right into your COMC account, right? You're not paying any additional fees on top of there. So it works to your benefit, because there's probably going to be something, maybe not at that exact time, but down the road, something you'll be chasing. And then when you purchase that specific item, you're not paying tax or anything on that, right? So it's kind of a give and take kind of ordeal, but it's very, very beneficial, I would say.
Yeah, no doubt. And this isn't, COMC is no one from COMC is on here. It's just, I literally have been logging into my account more than ever over the past month or so, because I've just got new cards listed. A lot of what they call a COMC monopoly, when you're the only one with that card on there, and the cards have been moving quite nicely for me. So, and I'm noticing a lot of my cards are selling to people who relist them for more than I sell them for on there. And they're more patient. They're willing to wait it out. And you've picked up a couple from me and gone the flip route yourself, because you're as you said earlier to me, you're more patient than I am. Whereas I'm just looking to kind of churn out some of this, what to me is kind of older inventory, and just redeploy those funds into something for my personal collection, or something else that I can enjoy more in my showcase at a card show. So, okay. Go ahead. Okay, I just want Justin's comment here. We survived that debate about the Jordan rookie without any broken beer bottles, which would have only been Sam. I see Sam swigging back a brew. Chris Hoge in the house says, Joe Perot, smile. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you already see it, Joe? I didn't mean to ruin it for Chris there. Chris, thanks for tuning in, and good to see you. Justin Vick says, not a show dealer, but I would think COMC inventory competes with bargain bin shoebox cards. I think you're probably right, but there's something to be said about bargain bins at card shows. They do very well. People love them. What do you got, Amit?
That's true. The only nuance is some of those bargain bin cards will actually sell for more at shows than they will on COMC, because some of them are pennies on the dollar, because they're in the EPAC platform. But other than that, you're better off at card shows going to those dollar boxes. And I have to say, dollar boxes are the best things since sliced bread. There's nothing I love more than getting a 4-lane box, pulling up a chair, and going through it. It's like the best thing.
Nice. All right, guys, I'm going to open it up to all of you. Joe, you're off mute, so go ahead in a moment. I'm just going to let y'all know I'm going to start opening this box of SP Authentic Golf, which I've always wondered, are boxes that have been opened, is there anything collectible about them when you've got a beautiful picture of Tiger Woods on there? Like, is this flattened out, or the top panel cut out? Is that something that would make it? Amit's shaking his head like, Jeremy, you are crazy. What are you even talking about? But I mean, it's hard to just put this in the garbage. It's so nice.
Yeah, flip it up.
Hey, flip it up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna start opening up these packs. But Joe, I think you came off mute to say something, please.
Oh, just giving a shout back to Chris Hoge. What's up? And also, yeah, I mean, COMC, I've used COMC off of eBay at various moments, and I've actually found that they ship quickly, and I'm happy with the deals. I'm happy with the service. And so to me, it's a value add to the whole hobby that they seem to be, out of arrears in terms of, the timing. And I think it's just another sort of lever in the hobby that's helpful for both collectors and transactions overall. So to me, it's I'm happy. I know you've had on the show before, Jeremy, the main guy there at COMC, and we've sort of seen the tide turn. So to me, that's positive.
Yeah, Tim Getch is the founder, the CEO. And he's been on a couple of times, really, to deliver updates to the audience on what's going on there, because they had all those challenges during COVID. And I remember he came on and he said, like, we are going to accomplish this by the end of 2021. He came on and said, we accomplished it. And I haven't seen nearly the complaints about them that we used to see recently. Go ahead, Amit.
They are actually, I'm on COMC every hour, half hour, guys. So let's be real. So I'm on this like day trading. They have increased not only their shipping, they've increased the processing. Like stuff that should have taken 3 months are now being loaded on the COMC. The customer service has gotten way better. So overall, they're winning, and I always thought they would win. And I'm glad to see that they're continuing to churn out what they're churning out, and it's only going to get better from here. I don't work for them, just for the record. Just for the record.
None of us do. They're not sponsoring this or anything like that. We're just sharing our thoughts on a company that we are finding value from in the hobby. And with all the pessimism and negativity that's in the hobby, it's nice to sometimes throw some I don't know, kudos to those who are kind of going about their business and trying to make things better. So I've opened a whole bunch of these packs so far. I've had nothing really great to show. I don't know a lot of these names in the first place, but there's a nice card of the bear there, Jack Nicklaus, just a base card, but an Annika Sorenstam.
Yeah.
No, just these are actually an Arnold Palmer. This is SP Authentic Golf. This is 20. Doesn't even say the year. Doesn't even say the year on the box.
I believe it's 2021, and that's Morikawa rookie year. I think is in that one.
I thank you for that. I am looking at the box. There is no date on this box.
You'll have to guess.
Well, the only date is on the back, right there in the small print. It does say 2021, but that's tough on shop dealers and customers who are like, "What year is that from?" That's a bit of a miss by Upper Deck. If anyone there is watching, try and put the dates on the boxes moving forward, guys. Please, that'll help a lot of us. I'm sure.
Must have probably didn't know when it was going to get printed, so lift the date off.
That's a good point. That's a good point right there. That's a good point right there for sure. So why don't we unless listen, the chat has slowed down since we stopped talking about the Jordan cards. But why don't we move on to the bazaar portion, the Cardboard Bazaar? Again, it's just a synonym for market that I found that I didn't think was being used yet in the hobby. So why don't we show some cards that we want to, and listen, we can show cards that you guys have that are available for sale. These are cards that are available for trade. Maybe even the odd card you just want to share that just came in a mail day for your PC. Feel free to show those as well. And we can kick it off. Are any of you guys ready to do that at this point?
I am, but let's Les hasn't talked much, so maybe Les, you wanna go first and maybe show some of your stuff just to diversify the conversation.
Yeah, I was telling Jeremy a bit earlier that like everything I pretty much have. I've done the consolidated mission, and all 45 cards I have left are essentially PC. But the way it kind of works is like most of you probably do. I have a hierarchy of cards I value and desire the most, and then it kind of works its way down. So if I see a card, that's one of my more desirables and I need the funds to get it, I look at, what I desire the least, and I try to sell those and use those funds to get the bigger chases. So if I do happen to beat Sam or Ralph to a Gretzky Oilers limited logo, and I need funds, these are probably the 6 cards that'll be the next to go.
And I want to highlight something you just said, Les, because I think it's really good advice or instructive to anybody who's watching who, may not have a lot of experience selling cards or paring down your collection. Is, what you said, Les, is you go through and you look for the cards that I forget how you worded it, but that you like the least, or that you'll be able to, I forget how you said it, but that's what you need to do. If you want to sell cards to buy cards versus just dipping into the bank account all the time, that's all you do. It's as simple as that. What cards are you going to be able to live without the easiest and make those available?
Like I said last show, it wasn't that I stopped liking vintage. It's just those were the cards that I didn't, like as much as the others that I had in my PC. So those 6 cards that I would consider moving if I do need the funds. They're still really nice cards, and I'll have a hard time parting with them. But I got this triple auto here. So the GOAT triple auto, the best triple auto you can get player wise for hockey. So I've got that version.
So what who's on it? What year is it? What's the brand? All that. What's the grade?
So this is 0708 OPC Premier Trios Gretzky Howe, or it's an 8.5 with the 10 auto.
And it's got OPC in the brand, which is pretty cool. It's OPC Premier, which came out for a few years in that era. On-card autograph, Gretzky, Howe, and Bobby Orr. Like Joe, like Les said, no one's going to argue that is the best triple auto you can get in hockey. No doubt about it.
So I got a couple different versions of that. So I got this version. This is 1011 SP Authentic, same 3 players.
Cool.
And that's graded a 9. And then I got the 0809 OPC Premier version of the 3 of them.
I think that's my favorite. It's just so colorful and beautiful. Yeah, nice trio of trios, Les.
Yeah, and then the last 3, you know, I'm on the fence. I love scripted swatches because they're mem, but I know they're not very desirable to a fair portion of high-end collectors because they don't like the on material auto. So I got this one that I know Sam's eyed up a few times. It's from 0708 the Cup, Gretzky Howe.
Very nice. That's out of 5, right?
That is out of 5, yeah. 0607 the Cup, sorry, not 0708.
Right.
And then I got the Gretzky Lemieux, also out of 5 from 0708.
Dang. I love the both multicolored patches too.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then I got the one from McDavid's rookie year, 15-16 with Gretzky.
Ooh. I pulled one of those back in the day.
What'd you do with it?
I sold it to Mark Bonavita out in New York.
How much, man?
Oh, 4,000, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was back in like probably late 16.
I think the last comp on one of these was around 22, 24, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's probably the best card I've ever pulled, and the one that I, of course, one of many I wish I could get back, but them's the breaks, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't have let Les go first.
I know. I wanted to ask Les something real quick. Those first 3 that you were showing with the triple autos, are those all on card?
They're all on card, yeah. And I've been tracking down all the different variations, and I think there's about 8 different ones. So I was trying to get all 8, and I've hit a roadblock, man. They're so hard to find.
I just want to say, I mean, it's exceptional to get even, you know, I think those were like, a lot of them were like in the 8.5 range, which when you think about 3 different athletes or 3 different moments of signing, that's a pretty exceptional grade. And then the 10 autos, that really shows up nicely. So kudos to you for tracking those down.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Les, I want you to run. I'm going to do this now. And thanks to Terry for pointing it out. I'm going to make you big, and I'm going to ask you to show those cards one more time for about 3 or 4 seconds each.
Sure, yeah.
Hold on, let me figure out how to make that happen here. I don't use this. There we go. There we go. Yeah, you're on. You got the big screen now. Oh, that's much better. There we go. Triple auto, Gretzky, Howe, Bobby Orr from OPC. Try and tilt the top of the card towards your screen next time. It might show up a little bit better. Or not. There's another triple, same 3 guys. Gretzky, Orr, and Howe. SP Authentic.
9.
You know, just speaking to Joe's comment about the grade, I've seen a 9.5 in this version.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What's that one numbered to?
This one's numbered to 35.
That's a healthy number. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, I was just going to say, is it just me, or do people think about the sequence? Like, in other words, did Wayne get to see Bobby's signature, or did Bobby get to see Wayne's signature?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Someone at Upper Deck will know, but we don't know.
Okay, and then here are the scripted swatches really quick.
Oh, what a card. Yeah, it's hard to see, but there's a McDavid auto in silver on the orange patch there.
There's the Gretzky Lemieux.
That's out of 5 from, I forget what year, 0708.
Yeah. I think the last public comp on this one, it was, I I think it was a 1-color Lemieux and a 2-color Gretzky or vice versa. And it did 15 US on PWCC.
Very nice card. Very nice. And the Gretzky Gordie Howe from 06, 07, the cup, second-year cup right there.
So just really quick, funny story. So I was going to actually auction 3 of these cards just to test the market. So I was speaking to Dave Amerman with Golden, and we had the contract all drawn up. I was going to auction this, and I was going to auction this, and I was going to auction this. And I think I even talked to you, Sam.
Yeah.
You know, like if I was making the right move, you know, trying to sell these cards, and you were trying to talk me out of it. So anyways, I had the cards all packaged up. I was at the FedEx depot. It was my turn. I went up to the line, and I couldn't give the lady the box. I couldn't do it.
Oh man.
I was like, hey, just give me a couple more minutes. Sorry, I'm not ready. So I went around the corner and I started texting people. I texted Sam. I'm like, hey man, am I doing the right thing? You know, texted a couple other buddies. I was there for 45 minutes, just around the corner, trying to decide what to do. And obviously I walked out of the store and kept my cards.
That
I
applies.
I pissed off some Golden peeps that day, but whatever, man. I don't care.
Okay.
Honestly,
you got your cards.
Honestly, that applies to $5 cards and $15 million cards. I've done that with $3 cards. I'm like, no, bye.
Yeah,
you're right, Amit. Amit makes I think that's a really important point there. That it's not just on $15,000 cards. That applies to $3 cards. I've got $3 cards that are not available. They're not for sale. There's something about them that I love, and I want to keep them. All right, Les, thanks for kicking off the Cardboard Bazaar. And if anyone wants to reach out to him, if anyone is in the market for a card like that, reach out to Les. Leslie Snipes 187 on Instagram is where you will find him.
But you better have a Gretzky Oilers Limited logo, or don't waste your time.
Yeah, there you go. Hard to pry those from his hands. All right, Ralph, I think you were going to go next. So you got some cards to show.
Yeah, sure. I can go next.
And before you start, I'm just going to say that I opened up the whole box of SP Authentic Golf. Here's the spoils. And it says on the box, it says pull 2 autographs for box. You can see it right there. I got 0 autographs in this box, legit. Zero autographs. So I'm a little surprised by that. But I guess it's going to happen once every however many hundreds, thousands even of boxes that you just completely miss the odds. I don't know, but 0 autographs in this particular box. So
you got a 1 of 1.
You got a 1 of 1 box. That's right.
Is that all base cards in there?
Yeah, it's all base cards. I'm just flipping through a couple of rookies, no one that I recognize, but I'm just flipping through to make sure I didn't miss one. Or maybe the autograph, maybe they put a sticker on the back of a card by mistake. I don't know. I'll have to turn them over, but yeah, 0 autographs in this particular box, which is very strange. Upper Deck's usually, as far as I know, and experience, pretty good with hitting their odds. I mean, you miss them sometimes, but not from 2 to 0. So
yeah.
All right, Ralph, you're up, buddy. You got some cards to show. I'm going to make you big. Before I forget, let me make you big.
Sure.
By putting you there first and then going to this one here. All right, there's Ralph, everybody.
All right, so let's start this off. Robitaille Dominion Peerless.
Luke Robitaille from Panini's Dominion. What year is that Dominion?
That one is 2012.
2012. And just also, as far as this is the first time we're trying this, really, the first time in 2 years, actually, that we're doing an episode showing cards for sale. But I just want to say that it's really up to you guys if you want to put prices on these cards today, or if you just want to encourage people to reach out to you if they're interested, and you guys work on it from there. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks, Ralph. Keep going.
All right, so $225 on that one, Canadian. All coffee. Nice 4 break. 1314 Dominion. 150. This is a Canadian.
Canadian prices from Ralph.
Tracy McGrady. Game Gear National Treasures. 400.
A nice looking card.
Cujo. stick side. 13, 14.
I love the stick sides. That's Curtis Joseph. He's a Hall of Fame goaltender.
So 280 on that one. Vince Carter Colossal. 12, 13 National Treasures. 200. Eric Carlson. This one's a tribute out of 10 from 17 to 18 the Cup. 225.
225. You said that. Those, I love those tribute cards. That's a nice patch too. 0607 tribute.
Yeah. And we got a Dominion benchmark. Brett Hall. Hall of Famer 2011.
So that's an on-card auto with a piece of stick.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, cool card.
150 on that one. Cujo limited logo.
Oh, my favorite year of limited logos.
2012-13. 650 on that one.
What a great design.
It's out of 25.
Oh, short print. They're usually out of 50. Limited logos are usually out of 50 unless they're short printed.
Yeah, normally 25 and 10. Normally how they go now.
Depending on the player, for sure. Gretzky's are always 10 or 5, right? Last 08, 09, Gretzky's out of 5.
Is it 06, 07 out of 5?
Maybe.
So 708.
Oh, that's it.
Well, 607, he's out of 50, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then last card for sale, Dominique Wilkins Contenders, 2012, 125. And then I just got 2 mail day cards to show you guys might like.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what you're adding to the PC. Oh man, come on.
Nice.
That is numbered out of 5. Gretzky Messier dual signature material. What year is that from, Ralph?
That one is from 1920.
Oh, what a card. And I love how they're both wearing Edmonton uniforms in the pictures too. Wow.
Yeah.
How much?
No, that one's just for show and tell.
Oh, darn it. What a card. Oh.
This one's out of 10.
Short print, Steve Yzerman, limited logos, gorgeous on-card auto. Like, I don't know how much ink he left in the pen there. Nice 2-color swatch. What year is that one from?
14, 15.
That's a beauty, Ralph. Nice
I don't
stuff,
think I've
man.
seen that card before, man. That's awesome.
First time I saw it, I was like, wow, this exists. I got to get it.
Nice.
Very nice card. Very nice card. Thanks for showing it. And if anyone is interested in any of those cards, reach out to Ralph on Instagram at Wraparound Cards. Sports Card Stallion. What is going on, my man? Says Iser Plan. We believe. There you go. I mean, he's in Detroit. I think he's the GM in Detroit right now, isn't he? Yeah, he's the GM. I mean, Ryan Roddy wants to know, does anyone have any Nikita Kucherov limited logos? Been hunting for over 2 years. Well, let you know if anyone on here knows of any, but good luck on your hunt, Ryan Roddy. Definitely.
Scotty Sports Cards on Instagram. He's a big Tampa limited logo guy. He'll have a bunch.
There you have it, Ryan Roddy. What's his name again, Les? Sorry.
Scotty Sports Cards.
There you go. Scotty Sports Cards. Thank you, peeps. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you tuning in to this inaugural episode of the Hobby Hangout. All right. Who wants to go next? Showing some cards available. We got Sam, we got Amit, we got Joe. Whose hand goes up first? Put it up. Don't be shy, guys. All right, Amit. Amit beat you, Sam. And unless, Joe, yours went up, but I couldn't see it. I got my camera in front of your shoulders. I just see your head.
Joe.
Sorry, guys. Scott C cards, not Scotty Sports Cards. My bad.
Scott C cards. Ryan Roddy, if you're still there. Scott C cards. Jeff McMahon loves the Yzerman. Limited logos, Ralph. All right. So who got their hand up first? I think it was Amit.
You sure? Joe, I'll be Canadian here and let you go first.
No, you go right ahead.
All right. We have a Canadian standoff. Okay, I'll go. You want to enlarge this?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for reminding me, guys. Remind me to make you big. I don't do this. I don't do this. Use this feature a lot, so I forget it's there. Hi, Amit. Look at you all big on the screen.
You know what's funny? I'll tell you a funny story. So I'm 6'3", and I don't like when I see people taller than me. So the first time I met Jeremy, I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" Anyway, that's a funny story with that. Then we became buds. Okay, so I'll go through a bunch of random cards that I had pulled for Expo. A lot of the pricing, just FYI, was around Expo time, which was, what was it, June? Yeah, it was in June. Of course, the markets fluctuate, so just let me know if you feel differently. So the first one is a Triptychs, Mario Lemieux. It's at a 20.
Wow.
Hard sign. And I have 425 on that one.
What year is it from?
That is from 1617.
1617 trilogy. Triptychs have been around. They're something that you see year over year. So you're getting some sort of a bit of a lesser known insert set, but one that is building some equity.
It is. And the corner, it's because it's die cut, it's really hard to get in good shape.
Cool card.
That's that one. And then for all the Edmonton guys that are going to win a cup next year, right? Edmonton guys going to win a cup. I've got this Zach Hyman Cup rookie.
He was excellent in the playoffs this year, by the way. Like he was their unsung hero.
He was, and he couldn't get the notoriety for it. I'm just going to let the camera focus a little bit here.
So what year and how much are you asking?
That one is, I have 250 on it, and 1617 the cup.
1617 the cup, same year as the Austin Matthews RPA, which is at a 99, where that one is at the Zach Hyman's at a 249.
Correct. And then I love inserts, so I have this one of William Nylander. This is from the let me get the year first. This is 1819 Colors and Contours. This is out of 8.
So that let me speak to this. And I didn't expect to be jumping in on every card with you guys, but I just feel like I have to because I have things to say about these cards. And oh, that looks great right there, Amit. What I want to say about this is from MVP. MVP is like Upper Deck's one of their lowest end brands in hockey.
Yeah.
But they put out these parallels that are numbered out of 8. There's some that are out of 20. And you can find them all over COMC. They are really cool, creative looking cards. And if anyone out there is looking to build a collection or find a new set, find a new project, I would recommend you look at some of these. They're rare cards. They look really cool. You're going to get them cheaper than you would if these were from the Cup or SP Authentic. You know, I always say, just because prices have gone crazy in the last 3 years doesn't mean that there aren't great opportunities out there to collect some projects. And those MVPs, Colors and Contours, the various parallel levels and research to see what they are, those are some good options. And I don't think I think I have one card. I think I have a Nathan McKinnon out of that set somewhere, but like that's it. So
the one that at 8 are amazing, and the greenish parallel, I cannot remember the year, is at a 20, and I think it's last year's MVP. Those are nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Next up, I have from you're getting old when you can't see the mice type. Anyways, give me 1 second here. This is from 2018 Splendor. This is. Let it go a second there to focus. I'll the other way.
It's
Boria Salming. Auto
Hall of Famer
out of 5. I have 350 on it, and it's got the Hall of Fame inscription.
Very cool. He's a player that if you're not a hardcore hockey fan, you're not a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, you may not be aware of Boria Salming, but let me tell you, he's an absolute legend when it comes to Toronto Maple Leafs history. One of their all-time favorite players to ever don the colors, the blue and white. So nice card to meet.
Yeah, one of the first few players that he got cut up from across the face with a skate blade and got plastic surgery. He's one of the first players to do that in the 80s. So we got Steve Yzerman. This is from Panini, and this is an actual manufactured patch. It's from Limited. And I've got 275 on it at 25, but it's actually on, like a lot of people like hard signs, it's on the fabric itself. It's pretty cool. And I'm going to just try and fix it. So there it is. That's where it's getting there. Now I know I found a sweet spot. So there you go.
That is a sweet spot right there. You found it.
There. This is one of my favorite players on a team I hate. I love him to death. And I wish he was a Leaf. I'm gonna go with Patrick Kane. And this is this is from, I'm figuring the name, Clear Cut. This is from Upper Deck Clear Cut, and it's an on card out of 88. He's such a sexy player to watch. I hate that team, but anyway, that's a different story.
Well, he's also like the highest scoring American-born player of all time, I believe. So Patrick Kane is somebody that, and he plays and has played for Chicago since his rookie year, 2007-8. He's an absolute stud. He's one of the best. He's got some of the best hands in the league.
Him and Captain Sirius, man. It's such a, anyways. We've got from the same set, Marc-Andre Fleury hard signed. I was really hoping he would be a Leaf. Anyway, I got 325 on that one.
He's an absolute legend. Marc-Andre Fleury is a legend.
Now, Les, you might like this card. Let's see. Man,
Les Les has exquisite taste.
So this is from Under Glass. This is from Trilogy. Oh, it zoomed in. So this is the acetate cards from Under Glass of Gretzky. I got 725 on that. These are really hard to get in good condition because they get scratched up. And then I've got this is a buyback from Upper Deck Buyback. Sorry, I should have known that. Upper Deck Buyback. This is the Lemieux 1-of-1 buyback. I've got 500 on it.
So I just want to say what happened here was Upper Deck went onto the secondary market, or maybe went into their archives, whatever, found cards that they either bought or never got packed out, had them autographed, and put them into a product called buybacks. And you got, I think, one autographed buyback card per pack, which was a box, right?
Yep. Now I'm going to switch gears a little bit, just because I have other sports too. I have mostly hockey, but I'll show you some other sports. So I've got just one of my favorite players growing up in the heyday of football. It's one of those where I looked at my collection, like, do I need it? Don't I need it? Do I need it? Don't I need it? Oh, hell, let's sell it. So Bo Jackson, by the letter auto. He was a beast. He played baseball and football together. Sorry, not together, obviously, but at the, roughly the same time. But I decided that it's time to move on from this card. This is him as a Raider, so I have 500 on it. It's at a 15.
What's the year?
Really clean.
Is it SP Game Used?
This is from SB Authentic. Yes.
What year?
That is 2007.
All right.
Is that Game Used to meet, or is that a manufactured patch?
Let's find out. This is. No, it looks like it's manufactured in an authentic signature.
Yeah, could you imagine if that was a off a Game Used jersey letter?
Oh,
like
man.
those are awesome when you get those cards.
So I had that same discussion with Bo Jackson again. I decided to let go my SP Authentic Sign of the Times from 2005. I've got 400 on it. It's an on-card auto. It's such a sexy card. And I might put it back in my box if no one buys it.
That is a sexy card, man. I'm Bo Jackson is signing at the National this year. I might have to go. Yeah, I might have to go. I don't usually spend my card show time in the autograph sections, but I might have to go meet him because, I mean, who wasn't following his career in the late 80s?
He was a beast. He was built like a tank. And anyways, and here's a cool one. So this is before Upper Deck made any cards of Ovechkin. Dr. Brian Price from In the Game made In the Game Used, and these are one of the first Ovechkin patch cards ever to hit the market. So this is a 3-color Ovechkin. I've got 300 on it, and you can see like how young he is with his Russian jersey on. This one garnered a lot of attention at Expo when I had it. People would like walk by the display case and they walk by and say, "What's that?" So I'm hoping that Coffee Table Talk works out to dollars at some point. And then I've got
another
Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe, acetate Under the Glass. I've got 600 on that. Again, these are really hard to get in good condition. So actually, I should just hold it there. It's like perfect. There we go.
That is perfect.
I'll go a little faster because I don't want to take all the thunder here. I can't compete with less, so I've got a milk while I can get.
You're showing crazy awesome cards, man. This is great.
So I've got this is from 0809 SP Game Used Hockey. It's a patch, manufactured patch auto of Crosby. It's at a 50. This is supposed to spell his whole name. You get Crosby, Crosby. I have the C.
The autograph is really little in there. Listen, I don't want to like dissuade anybody from wanting to acquire that card for me, but those are some of my least favorite cards that come out every year. Are these manufactured letters cards that don't have a picture of the player on them, and then a squiggly little auto. I've just never loved those cards. But hey, I'm not trying to. Well, maybe I am trying to crap on your
No,
card.
you are. It's okay. You're allowed to. Which is also why I'm selling it. It's not a PC card.
And some people, people want it. It's still got a Crosby auto.
I got a Gretzky. These are from those. This is from 2019. These are those overtime, not overtime packs, but special packs that give out at the hobby shop. So I've got the Gretzky auto from that. I really like this. It's got the blue background and the blue borders. I just love the color of it. I have two of them. Decided to get rid of one. So this is the auto for Gretzky.
That's a gorgeous autograph. Is that on card or is that a sticker?
That's a sticker.
Yeah, I thought it was just by what it is, but it does. I couldn't tell from looking, and what a gorgeous autograph nonetheless.
It's such a nice looking card. Like it's just like I looked at it and I was like, wow, like it's really nice, like really well done.
Well,
one of the better cards I've seen.
Yeah, very nice.
Couple more. We'll go faster here. Let me pick one. Actually, here, let me show you two more, and then I'll show you a PC card.
One of you guys get ready to be on deck, Sam or Ralph.
So I got a Lourdes Gurriel Blue Jays BGS 9.5 from I think this is a mega box auto of his, and I've got another one I decided to get rid of, which is the McDavid SPX auto at a 15.
And that is from what year?
That is 17-18.
17-18.
And then I'll show you my one PC card that I picked up recently. Man, I've got so many. Okay, you guys got to pick a number. So
fan them. Fan all of them. Fan them. Let's see.
Yeah, okay, fine. So there's the Messier
Supreme.
rookie SP. This is the Supreme. I can't do it this way. Here, Messier rookie. McDavid. This is a sick card.
Supreme patch out of 15.
Ovi Playmakers Theater. This one, there's a story for this, but I'm going to save that for a video. And then Crosby Supreme. But really quickly, I literally chased someone for this card.
Yeah, those are out of that's from 2012 Fleer Retro. It's paying homage to the 97, I believe, Playmakers Theaters that you had in basketball and football. I don't think they did them for baseball. I know they didn't do them for hockey until 2012. And I'm a big fan of those cards myself. Amit, I got two of that. I got 2% of the print run actually.
That one's going to PSA on the next sub, but that literally I chased someone. I never chase anyone for cards. I chased that one.
Nice.
Terrible.
Very nice. All right, guys, I wanted to go for about 90 minutes. We're already at an hour and 23. So we can go, of course, that always happens on my shows, right? We always go way longer, but let's keep on going. We'll go into overtime a little bit. Ralph, you want to go? Oh, you went already, Ralph. I'm sorry. So Joe or Sam, who's ready to go? Whoever puts their hand up first, and please put your hands up.
Go ahead, Sam.
Thank you, Joe. Let me know when you're ready, Sam.
All right.
There he is, Sam
Right,
G.
thanks. So I don't have all my cards here because I'm in the middle of a move. But for those of you who know me, know I like my main PCs, limited logos. So let's start off with some limited logos.
Is this show and tell or are these available?
Oh, these are available.
These are available.
Okay,
right.
so this is 1920, the cup, limited logos. The Brinkat, can you guys see that?
Yep. Alex DeBrincat, who was recently traded to the Ottawa Senators just a couple days ago.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's why you're selling it?
That's why I'm selling it.
Yeah.
Ottawa's done some really good things though, man.
Well, you know what? Ottawa is a great card market. There's some great Hans is from there. What's the name of his store, Amit?
Game Breakers.
Game Breakers is one of the best stores in the country, is out of Ottawa, among others. lot of great collectors out of Ottawa. Keep on. Let's see some more.
Okay, so 06, 07, I think is like one of the nicest years of the Cup. Got a beautiful Lundqvist auto. Sorry.
Henrik Lundqvist, a guaranteed Hall of Famer, longtime goaltender for the New York Rangers.
I believe that's the N from his from the jersey.
Very nice. Do you have prices in mind on these?
This one's 400.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and then there's Ryan McDonough.
He also just got traded, I think.
Yeah. This is $125.
125, and we're talking Canadian funds.
Canadian, yeah. I'm in Canada. So, and then we have a 11-12 Sagan limited logo.
Tyler Sagan, currently of the Dallas Stars.
Nice patch.
Yeah, this one here is $180. And then
I'll take it for $1.80.
2021 Upper Deck Premier. Not sure why Washington got rid of these guys, but Vitek Vanacek, rookie Premier. This
beautiful card, if I might say. So that's an on-card auto, right? On-card auto.
Yeah.
Patch numbered, it looks like, out of 99. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, 99.
Very cool. Thanks to Terry Fortune for telling me to make these guys big. How this is so much better this way.
This one here is $150.
Who did he get traded to?
Vanacek went to. Oh my God.
It's okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. 16-17 SP Authentic. This is a crazy patch. A guy who gets no hobby love. Aaron Ekblad.
Oh, what a gorgeous card. I love that year of the limited auto materials. What's it numbered out of? Is that 100?
This one's out of 50.
50. So that's a short print. It's a semi-short print.
And it's got the mouth patch with the teeth.
That's beautiful. What I love about the SP Authentic limited auto patches is that basically you get a patch, you get an on-card auto, you get a patch, and the design is always beautiful. Thank you, Jeff McMahon. Vanacek went to the Devils, guys. Hi, Orf. Thank you. And Tony Sin makes the comment here. He says, this session is easy on the eyes. Looks like the Ocean's 11 cast here. Thanks, Tony. Thanks for joining in.
Then we have 09-10, the Cup. Legend himself. Kenny Malkin.
Now, I have to talk about this guy for 1 second, guys. Kenny Malkin, he just signed a deal, an extension in Pittsburgh. And if he didn't, what would, his cards are still desirable because he stayed there. He's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. But could you imagine if he moved somewhere else, like that, what that would have done to his hobby love? I think it would have hurt it immensely.
There was no way he was moving. That was all fluff. You knew it. There's no way Crosby, they signed Malkin. That was just a big show. I was like, the day this guy's going anywhere. You can't get rid of Malkin.
No, you can't get rid of Malkin.
But Gaudreau ended up in Columbus, so
that's because that's another one. I thought that's for another topic. How do you feel about that, Jared?
You know what? I'm disappointed we lost him for nothing, but to be honest, and Gaudreau, I've loved watching him. He got me out of my seat many times over the past 8 or 9 years. But at the end of the day, I do not believe he was going to lead the Calgary Flames to the Stanley Cup. So see you later. Nice having you. Now the GM has his work cut out for him. We need to do some rebuilding and go from there. I think we'll be fine in the long run. Might be some short-term pain, but I'm okay with it, to be honest.
To me, honestly, just it makes no sense why he would leave and he did what he did to go to Columbus. I don't know. You had a good thing in Calgary, a good young team. Just keep building and working at it. They gave him more money. It's obviously he didn't want to be there, which is it's kind of if I was a Calgary fan, I'd be like,
oh,
you guys are gonna destroy this guy when he hits the ice.
Oh, I know. I'm listening to sports radio here in Calgary, and the guys on the radio. The fan base is sad. The word to describe is they're not so mad as much as they're sad. And I think that's a legitimate response.
Yeah. It's Yeah, it's like your girlfriend broke up with you. You know, like it's that bad. It's. Anyways, that's
before you go to the next card.
Yep.
I want to. So Mitch here says hard to imagine Malkin's hobby value going even lower. Probably the best value per award. I love that, per award of any active player. Well said, Mitch. Yeah, Malkin is way underloved in the hobby for sure.
Totally agree.
Rich says SPA limited patch autos are great because the patch is smaller and allows for near full body shot of the player, which is very true. Very true. T.70 mil does a lot. It sure does. Sports Card Stallion says Korea once left San Jose. Well, he left Anaheim, actually, right? Madonna once left Dallas. Malkin could have left. Could have, but he didn't. He didn't. Yeah, Tony clarified. Yeah, he meant Anaheim. Yeah, all good. All good, Stallion. All good. Okay, keep going. Keep going, Sam.
All right. So this is another guy that I PC along with Burry. For you that don't know, 12-13, the Cup scripted swatch. Peter Forsberg.
Ooh, Peter Forsberg. There's a guy who does get hobby love.
Yeah, this guy was unbelievable, man.
I hated him.
Why?
Hated him.
He destroyed your team, the Leafs.
When he was on Avalanche, the Avalanche, I hated him. Oh my god, I hated him.
This guy, he was unbelievable. If he didn't have that foot injury, for this one here, 550.
550, yeah, no doubt. Great card, man. Great card.
Okay, and this is 2010 11 SP Authentic. If you guys haven't figured it out, I got a thing with SP Authentic, okay? Hedman.
Victor Hedman.
Yeah.
Stanley Cup champion.
Stanley Cup. This one here is 150.
I want to say one thing about Peter Forsberg that some of the non-hockey people watching may not know, but they may not be familiar with Peter Forsberg, but they're most likely familiar with Eric Lindros. And Eric Lindros was drafted by the Quebec Nordiques in like 1990 or something like that, and he refused to go play for them. He forced them to trade him, and they traded him to the Philadelphia Flyers. And one of the pieces they got back, in one of like 6 pieces they got back, one piece was like 15 million cash, which was a lot back then. But one of the pieces they got back was Peter Forsberg, who ended up having a better career than Eric Lindros did. So Peter Forsberg is no joke.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the guy. 15-16 UD Black. Here's another guy who's on the move.
Oh, he moved.
Burns.
Yeah, Brett Burns. Carolina.
Did you get that card from me?
Possibly.
I used to own, I think, that exact copy. It's out of 5, right?
No, this one's out of 10.
Out of 10. I think I owned one of those.
Yeah.
Beautiful card.
Beautiful. I love it. Hard to part with.
How much you asking?
200.
That's fair.
And then another beloved set of mine, the Panini Peerless 2012. This is good old Bernie Nichols.
Bernie Nichols.
Good old Burns.
Bernie Nichols got to ride Gretzky's wing for 1 or 2 years, and I think he had 150 points one year because of that.
Yeah. SP to 25. This is 125.
I'm pretty sure he got traded during an All-Star game. I'm pretty sure that was him. It was interesting. I remember back then. Anyway,
right, go to the other side. Go to the other team now, right? From the east to the west.
Yeah. You guys want to see some pickups?
Yeah,
man.
Let's see some pickups, some new additions.
Okay,
to
so I got 2 to show you. You guys are going to love it. 2012-13, the Cup Foundation. They're both Super SSP to 5. One has, I guess there's blood all over the patches. They're both pretty incredible. And I don't know if this is going to do it justice, but there's Ron Francis and Paul Coffey.
Damn.
Yeah, that's.
You see that?
I know
blood?
2 people that would buy your Whalers one off you in a split second.
Yeah, it was actually Stammer was the first. Ralph Stammer was the first guy to show me this card. I didn't even know it existed, and I was lucky to find one on eBay, believe it or not. And I was like, I jumped on it like immediately. Just a gorgeous design.
That limited logo of Francis that you got from Dipsy McDangles also has blood on it too, eh?
Yeah.
Same jersey, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I love how Joe is the only American here, and I don't know, Joe, if you follow hockey or not, but you're getting inundated with
this is the hockey channel right now.
Joe's a real beauty.
When I show some cards, which I'll show soon, I'll show some basketball for all you basketball folks out there.
Okay, so here's a couple more limited logos that I picked up. There's Dino Cicerelli and Zetterberg.
That's 0809. That's the only year that limited logos were vertically oriented.
Yeah.
They've been around. They've been around every year since 2005-06. So like 17 years of the cup, or 16 years of the cup, and only year it's been vertical. Oh wow, that's a Jonathan Taves limited logo.
0809.
Let me count the colors. About 64 color card. Wow.
Yeah, I got that one, and then I picked this one up at the show too. This is about the Peerless.
Oh wow. Yeah.
For
anyone out there who doesn't know, Jonathan Taves is he's also known as Captain Serious.
Yeah.
He's got Stanley Cups, he's got Olympic gold, he's been a key contributor, but he's really slowed down performance-wise, like production-wise, over the last 3 or 4 seasons, but he's still a guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, you can't argue that. He's just got too much success under his belt.
Here is some PC items I've been after for a really long time. So you got the Curtis Joseph with the dirty patch, Sundin, honorable numbers, and the Sundin duel with Balfour.
Sundin is a very hard card to get.
These two I've been after for 5 years.
And the honorable numbers is out of 13.
13, yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's out of 13. This one's out of 15.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Cujo, which is a beautiful card.
At
Nice
Expo, I had 2 cut Sundin Sakic autos, the duels. They were in my showcase for all of 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Here's another beautiful set.
You got something else to show?
Yeah, I can go on for a while here, but so, yeah. Listen, when you open your car glove box and center console, and you have nothing but cards filling there, you know you got a problem. Like they're everywhere, guys. But
let's do 2 or 3 more.
Here's another beautiful limited auto patch set. Both this set, like a lot of them are SP to 10. This one is the Sakic. Okay.
Yeah.
4 to 10. And this is the Brodeur. Also 4 to 10. The Gretzky came for sale during the same sale. You saw it last. I think we talked about it, didn't we? Yeah, and it went for I expected to go for a lot more, but anyways, I didn't get it. So if anybody wants to go ahead and show, go ahead. I'm good for now.
All right. Thank you, Sam G. Oh, all right. Let's see. How do we let me rearrange that. As I'm moving people around, are they moving around on your screen?
Yeah.
Hilarious. I'm trying to keep the order we had at the beginning.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. So who's left? Joe, I think you're the last person, and then I'll show some basketball, and then we're gonna wrap up this episode. What do you got, Joe? And I just want to thank Les and Ralph, who've kind of been, we're kind of taking turns. I appreciate you guys hanging out, being patient, and hope you're enjoying your time, even though you're not getting a ton of speaking time right now.
No, it's fun, man. Just happy to be watching.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Joe, let's go to you. Let me make you big. Boom.
Thanks, Jeremy. Amit stole my thunder. I was going to have everyone raise their hand who had Canadian citizenship so that we could understand what's going on here. But I would just start by saying, as someone who does not collect hockey actively, it looks as though there are just tremendous values to be had. I mean, when I look at the kind of craftsmanship and arts factor of these hockey cards with the patches that are available and the autos, and I recognize these names that you guys are bringing up on the screen, it just seems like tremendous value. So I think hockey is alive and well in the collecting world, and I know it's going to continue to be a very viable asset and extremely fun to collect. So to all hockey card collectors out there, carry on.
Thanks, Joe.
And bringing in my own interests, which is somewhat limited. I did. I'm not so much in the Rolodex of sales at this moment. I've been kind of in a holding pattern myself, but I might show 1 or 2 cards that I've picked up recently, and 1 or 2 that I'd be willing to part with if somebody's interested. But I wanted to start with my main hockey card. This is my Gretzky. It is O-Peachy, by the way, and it's a BVG3. Because I'm cognizant of the oil drop, I made sure that the oil drop is at least well placed, reasonably so, within the confines of a 3. No major creases, just some typical VG corners, and wonderful color saturation, and just a beautiful card. So happy to have this in the PC, and I thought I would show that off, given the audience and the collectors, the peers that I have around here.
And I just want to say, just note how Joe described the card. Like, that's a true collector describing a card that they are just proud to have. I love it, Joe. Thank you.
I also have to say, you used the word saturation beautifully. I just have to say that.
And it had to be O-Peachy, right? I mean, I'm not gonna mess with tops when it comes to a Canadian icon, well, a hockey icon. The next card I wanted to show was a little bit connected to hearing that Jeremy was going to rip into some golf cards. Here we have, and it's probably going to be a little hard to see, but this is an on-card auto Tiger Woods card. It's upper deck black, and you really just can't see the auto. Maybe you can see it just a little bit coming up on Tiger's body here.
Tilt it around a bit. We can't see it at all. There you can see it on his torso.
It is really hard to make out, which is perhaps a problem with the card aesthetically. But Tiger, iconic, and I actually graded this card somewhat recently, and I think Tiger is just obviously beyond relevant to just a sport. He's a cultural icon, and in any case, but I wanted to tell a little story. So I think it was Justin Vick a while back who mentioned sort of how we utilize our collecting to kind of move forward in our own hobby pursuits. I live in Northern California, but I occasionally sojourn down to Southern California, and Burbank Cards, amazing. Rob, Ryan, the whole crew down there, they're just doing such great things. And so I went down to Burbank. This would be my version of COMC. I brought some cards that I was ready to part with, and I had an idea going in of getting one big card, kind of consolidating in the spirit of Les, who has such a sort of rare air collection. And so, I always want to do that, but it's easier said than done, right? It's easier said to kind of think that's what I want to do, but to actually consolidate in such a way where you come away with a card that has belongs in your PC. So the card that I picked up with a pretty significant amount of trade at Burbank there was this card here. This is Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a select card. It has a patch there, hoping I can do this justice, and Ronaldo's autograph there. It's a 10 card and a 9 auto. If you're familiar with Ronaldo in terms of his signing patterns, it's very, very challenging to get an on-card auto of Ronaldo. It just, there may be a few eminence issues that allow for that. So what you're really looking for is something that halfway represents his full autograph and not falling off the sticker. And I felt strongly enough about this representation of his autograph to pull the trigger. And then you have a little more than a napkin. You can't quite see it here, but it's a little bit more of a sort of red swatch-like artifact from his uniform. Portugal being represented there. It's numbered out of 20, and I was very happy to walk away with this. Sometimes all you need is one significant representation of a player, in your collection to be able to feel like you've checked that box, right? So for me, that was the Ronaldo card. On the heels of the Golden State Warriors winning a championship, I wanted to at least show most of my big banger cards, as Jeremy would say, are in the safety deposit box. But I did look around for a Steph Curry. I think he, got the monkey off his back, so to speak, in terms of the narratives of, KD this, KD that, or, the Warriors. And I understand as a Warriors fan that not everybody can get on that bandwagon, but I did want to show one of my favorite Curry cards. This is a noir gold. For those of you who collect autos, I really appreciate the gold pen. And this one's numbered to 35. It's just a simple noir. This is a PC item. Again, not necessarily looking to sell it, but just something that I think represents a nice addition to my Steph Curry collection. Another area, I mentioned this to the guys beforehand, I do surf, and one of the icons of surfing, Duke Kahanamoku. This is a 33 Gaudi Sports Kings card. You can see that it's protected in a Slab Strong case, which our guy Tim with Slab Strong, I think he's at the All-Star game right now, working tirelessly, moving around the nation. But go Slab Strong. But also, I just find this to be this issue, as well as this particular person. I'm actually in the hunt right now for a Jim Thorpe 33 Gaudi. So if anybody out there is holding a Jim Thorpe, if you're interested in trading or selling a Jim Thorpe 33 Gaudi, I am very interested in that. And I'm also interested in as many of these Kahanamokus as I can get. Kahanamoku was not only an Olympic swimmer, but also if you've ever been to Hawaii, you've probably at least seen some degree of his cultural influence there. He's a native Hawaiian and a very renowned surfer. So
very cool.
And just a couple more that might be up for sale. This I had graded recently. This is Penny Hardaway Noise Boys, graded 9, pretty low pop. If you're a Penny Hardaway out there, these don't come up very often. So if you'd be interested in trade or some sort of deal, feel free to reach out to me. I am open to moving this. And the Noise Boys, you truly have to hold in hand to appreciate fully what they're doing. They're just tremendous cards.
And if you want to reach out to Joe, guys, you can just notice the ticker has everybody's Instagram. He is Cali Dreamin' 83, maybe
84.
Cali Dream. You'll see it on the ticker in a second there. There it's coming right now. Cali Dreamin' 84. Want to say a quick hello to Colin Murray, who just jumped on. Hey, Colin, keep on. Let's see a couple more, Joe, and then we're gonna move along.
Wrap it up. Yeah. So this is a Luka Doncic rookie card. It's a little bit off the beaten path. It's a startups. Maybe Hoj out there can vouch that it's pretty low pop. And I do have 2 of these, so I'm open to a transaction. I think this runs somewhere in the maybe $600 to $700 range. But if anybody is interested in a graded 10 Luka, that I think has a lot of upside in terms of growth and maybe a little different than just your basic Prism issue. I'm certainly open to offers. I do have 2 of those. That tends to be the kind of card I'm interested in selling, the ones that I have doubles of. So last but not least, I have a couple John Wall cards here, both an immaculate and a flawless. Both on-card autos. I know John Wall just got traded to the Clippers. So if there are any Clippers fans out there that are interested in John Wall, these are quite nice on-card autos with patches, game used, and issues that I find to be pretty important in the hobby, immaculate and, of course, flawless. Lastly, just small low-level pickups. Football season, it's sort of in the hobby cycles, and as we lead into the national, I think people are starting to think about the NFL And the typical move, of course, is to go for quarterbacks. That's one of the drawbacks, I think, of collecting football, is that you're sometimes relegated. But we were having a little conversation on Clubhouse the other night about position players, and a couple players that emerged that we were feeling pretty positive about, and that I just went ahead and pulled the trigger on eBay. One, Derrick Henry. This is a Prism Blue Shimmer, numbered to 10, graded a 9, very reasonable price. But I think Derrick Henry, those of you who play fantasy football know, he got injured maybe 2/3 of the way through the season, but I think he has huge amount of upside. And then lastly, again, this is a little bit of a tribute to Hoj out there, because I know he PCs this. This was an extremely cheap card, but I went ahead and got it. It's a Blue Disco Christian McCaffrey Prism. So again, I think this one is numbered to 79 or something like that. Those are just what I'm picking up these days as we're transitioning into different sports seasons. So thank you so much, Jeremy, and everybody's patience. A lot of fun to show off some cards.
Right on. Thanks, Joe. Good stuff there. I liked your comment when you said that when you were talking about your Ronaldo, it was the Ronaldo, right? And you made the comment that, sometimes you just need one piece to represent that player in your collection. And I don't know, that resonated with me because, there's some, like, I can, a lot of us, we can never get enough Gretzky or Mario Lemieux or Gordie Howe. But when it comes to a player who you don't really have a ton of nostalgia for, but you know that you respect their career, their accomplishments, and you want to have them in your collection, sometimes one piece is enough. And if you find the piece you love, you buy it. And then if you see a piece you love more, well, now you can buy that and then move the one you already have. And always, that's a strategy too, right? It's like, well, I don't want to spend $1,000 on this second card of this player, but if I sell the one I have for 6 or 7, it's an upgrade charge of $300. And that's a good way to manage your collection of players that you're not really PCing hard. So appreciated that comment. Anyone, before I show some cards, and I'm only going to take a couple minutes, anyone on the panel have any comments based on what we've seen so far? Let's hear it, Sam.
It's not really a comment. If Les has his collection with him, it would be nice to see it again, like all the bangers.
We're not going to have time. I agree with you. We're not going to have time for that tonight, but we can do it again in the future, Sam. Okay. But I don't blame you. And if you want to, you can always go on his Instagram too, Leslie Snipes 187. If you literally want to have to pick your tongue up off the floor, check out his page. Anyone else have a comment before I show a few cards? Nothing?
I'm prepared to see the bookends of craziness. We started with Les, and then we're going to end with you. I'm just dying to see what happens here.
All right. I'm going to make myself big. There we go. So I'm going to show some basketball cards. I'm going to start with some Michael Jordans. Now, I've been collecting Jordan cards for, I guess, about 4 years, maybe high 3 to 4 years. And I've never sold one. That's not true. I did trade a couple away to get my Shaquille O'Neal PMG Red at the National a few years ago, I think in 2019. But I've gone through them. I thought these are ones that I could live without. I don't love them as much as I did. And if I move them, I'm going to take these to the National with me. But I'll show you what is going from my personal collection to cards that are going to be with me as sort of trade bait at the National. Or if anyone here is interested, let me know. But 1995, the Flair Hot Numbers, MJ, and a PSA 10. This is a cool 3D card. And as Jean McLeod from Arena Designs told me when I had her on the show, she designed this card. And apparently, like, her kids' birthdays are somewhere in there, which is pretty neat. But actually, when I look at it on the camera, it looks even neater than it looks in person. I might actually want to not move this card just based on this moment right now. That looks so cool to me. There's that one. The 97 Topps Chrome Season's Best Refractor. This is a card I bought because I just like the colors at the top of it. Cool, nice blue background, but a card that I'm just not in love with. Same goes for this, the Topps Generations Refractor, also a PSA 10. None of these are numbered. 95 Power Boosters. I do really like this card, but again, I have Jordans that I like a lot more. and it's one that I feel I could use as trade bait towards maybe another Jordan or a Ken Griffey Jr. or a nice Jerry Rice or something like that at the National.
Jeremy, you're going to mention the prices?
I don't really. Yeah, okay. I do have some. I don't have prices on these two, so I don't know what they are. I'm sorry, I can't price them. But at the Mint Collective, I did have this out at $3,500. But again, that's the end of March. The world has changed, and I had this one at $1,500 at the Mint Collective at the end of March.
Okay.
Any general range on that Shooting Stars, Jeremy? Because we might need to have a conversation about that.
I don't have any. I do not know. I'm sorry. I do not know at the moment. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. 1997 Top Stadium Club Triumvirate Luminescent Shaq MJ PSA 10. This is a really cool shiny card. It's got like 96 corners on it. So the condition, it's one of the weirdest, most unique die cuts I've ever seen. I mean, look at all those jagged edges on the left and right. It's a pretty cool card, but it's one that I'm just thinking I'm going to take with. These aren't cards that I'm like dying to move, but they're going to be good trade bait at the National, I feel, because they're Michael Jordan. They're in PSA slabs. I've got the round ball, the round ball royalty refractor as well. This card I really do like. It'll be a tough one. Like, these are cards I'm going to take them, but I'm only moving them if I like what I'm getting back even more. And then finally, the 1992 Panini sticker Michael Jordan. I bought this off my friend Dave, and it's a KSA 9, a Canadian grading company. But look at this thing sparkle. It's really a really cool card. And he's just cool. I shouldn't say card, a cool sticker. So those are coming with me. And then I've got a few other random basketball cards, a couple Shaquille O'Neal's that everyone seems to love, these row zeros. This is numbered at 150. It's a Flair Showcase Legacy Collection row zero. I don't have a price on it. I just don't know the price right now, unfortunately, but it's going to come with me to the National as trade bait, as is the Molten Metal Fusion, I believe. Molten Metal Skybox Molten Metal Fusion Titanium. This is numbered out of 250. So it's got a bit of that Platinum Portraits action going on here with the laser die cut. It's hard to see here, and then of course a full body shot. This is a card I thought I loved, but I'm kind of over it. Star Power Supreme. I actually like the pluses better. Kobe Bryant Star Power Supreme. Again, I don't have a price for it. And then I've got some basic chrome, Prism and Topps Chrome refractors. Vince Carter PSA 10 refractor. These are all rookies. No price. Sorry, guy. I don't have prices on these. Dirk Nowitzki Topps Chrome refractor PSA 9. Allen Iverson Topps Chrome rookie PSA 10. Tim Duncan Topps Chrome PSA 10. LeBron James Topps Chrome PSA 10. Kobe Bryant Topps Chrome PSA 10. And a Luka. This is the card. This is the card that everybody refers to when we talk about this modern era, this ultra modern era, whatever we're calling it now. Luka Prism PSA 10 rookie. I don't know. It was like 89,000 of these out there. So those are all cards that are, I believe, going to come with me to the National, and we'll see what happens with them there, if anything. I have some hockey cards I pulled out as well. I'm going to show these. I don't think I have. I apologize. I don't have prices for all these. I picked these out literally 10 minutes before we went live, but I have a Connor McDavid Black Diamond rookie autograph. It's a sticker auto. This card is numbered out of 125. So pretty rare game used jersey, or no, photo shoot jersey, sticker auto, but a rookie card of Connor McDavid. This has 500 on it. This is a National Treasures Martin Brodeur frozen autograph on game used patch, numbered out of 15. Really nice card. Here's an Anze Kopitar Prime Colors, first year of the Prime Colors for 200. That's a game used piece. This is a Mega Patch Premier. I know that my guy Ralph is going to like this one, but this is a Yager chest logo, numbered out of 22. I've got 750 on that, game used. And this is a Mitch Marner, Toronto Maple Leafs stud, 2016 black diamond rookie card out of 99 with some diamond relics on it. And I have 800 on it, but that's probably too much at this point, although I'm not sure. And then lastly, a Splendor autograph patch or jersey. Is that patch or jersey? That I think is a jersey. Wayne Gretzky, numbered out of 36. And I believe I have like $1,200 or $1,400 on that, something like that. So there we have it. Those are the cards that I'm showing. I do have a few new pickups. I'll show them next time because we are out of time on this episode. So let me just find my mouse here, put us back like that. And I'm going to quickly look at the comments here, see what's come in. Not too many in the last few minutes. Justin Vick, I appreciate that very much. Tony Sin, Power Boosters underrated across the board. Yeah, I agree. It's a cool card. Justin Vick, I'm going to snag some whales. I hope so. The Luca 101 Black Prism still not pulled or known. That's amazing. Like that's $1 million card, right? It kind of has to be. And Mitch, thank you so much, Mitch. We'll have you on the next episode of this. So, guys, listen, the first time, I know that y'all had a lot of sitting around. I apologize for that, but I hope that you still enjoyed the camaraderie and the experience. I know I certainly did. And with that, I think we're done. What do you think? Anyone have any parting? You guys, if you each don't mind unmuting and just letting everybody know to say goodbye to the crowd, and we're going to wrap up. Sam.
I was just wondering when we're going to do this again.
Yeah, well, the next time will be August 5th. We're going to sub a few guys out, sub a few new guys in. I'm going to keep it fresh that way, but you're all invited back. That's for darn sure. So thank you, Sam, for taking part in this first episode of the Hobby Hangout.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having me on. It's really an honor. It's like hanging out with the boys, man. How can I say no? It's amazing.
Exactly. Right on.
Thanks.
Joe, let's go to you. We'll go in reverse order now.
Appreciate everybody's energy, presence, and collections. And thank you, Jeremy, for hosting us. Have a great weekend. Anybody going to the National, have a blast. And we'll catch up with everybody down the line.
Thank you, Joe. Before we go to Ralph, I want to let everybody know that tomorrow on the regular episode of Sports Cards Live, our guest is Leighton Sheldon from Just Collecting Vintage Breaks. He's a 40-year hobby veteran, all-around great guy. Come meet him tomorrow if you don't already know him. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then Sunday on Collectible Live at 7 o'clock Eastern, our guest is Bram Wachter from Sotheby's, of all places, Sotheby's, to talk about how they are making the move into sports cards and memorabilia. All right, Ralph, what do you got to say?
I just want to say I had a blast during this time. I know it was a long 2-hour segment, but every minute counts. Absorb as much knowledge as you can. Every show is going to be different. And as always, looking for cards, intel, and looking for the next episode of Sports Cards Live.
Thank you, Ralph. Les.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. 2 hours away from kids crawling all over me and the wife buzzing in my ear. I'll take that any day of the week, man.
It's good to have you, Les. Thanks for coming out, buddy. Always good to see you. Amit.
Hey, Jeremy and crew. Thanks for having me on. This was a blast, or a color blast. Sorry, I had to go there. Thanks for having me on. This is the first time I've been on a live show, probably 2-3 months. There are reasons for that, which I'll get to on my own show, but looking forward to, feel like I got my mojo back. So I'm going to go back and do some shows in the near future. So come check me out on Cardboard Culture. And I'll see all you crazy fellows again very shortly.
Cardboard Culture on YouTube is Amit's Instagram channel. Make sure you guys follow all these guys on Instagram. If you're not yet, you can rewind and see all their handles on the ticker. And with that, this inaugural episode of the Hobby Hangout featuring, Les. Show it again, Les. Show it again.
That was for Ralph there.
This might be one of the best, one of the nicest cards in the whole hobby right there. Steve Yzerman, monumental on card auto.
God, look at those patches.
I can beat that though. I can beat that.
So sick. Look at that. Okay, now we're look at that one. That is a beauty. That is a beauty,
man.
Ralph.
I had one of those. Love it.
That is a beauty, Ralph. Mario Lemieux, badge of honor, game use shield. Very nice.
Hey, what about this? Everyone needs this.
Hold on.
Right here.
Is that pack pulled to me?
Pack pulled, rookie card of me.
Mine signed.
And
Very
yours
nice.
is signed. I can sign from anybody you want. There you go.
There's a signed copy. Ralph has a signed copy. All right, guys. I like that last bit less. Thanks for kicking that off. Great way to. All right, guys. You five hang tight. Everybody else, thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock Eastern for Sports Cards Live, 7 o'clock Pacific. We'll see you then.